This is John Chapman with the 49ers Rush Podcast, and you are watching CG Ruthless Sports. Hope you're ready.
Yo, it's me. It's CG Ruthless Sports. I will be brutally honest, and nothing but being brutally honest, coming at you with a live stream. So let's debate the offseason football talks, man. Think of the possibilities. Since we're possibly gonna trade Jimmy Garoppolo, we're gonna have some unlimited cap space, but we might focus more on resigning our core players. So that's another thing to focus on. But looking at the possibilities of who we can bring in and help this team improve this coming season, I will definitely give you the consideration options. I don't know if he'll cost much, but we'll see. Let's debate about the possibilities. So be sure to subscribe to BGN Sports Media. Be sure to subscribe to their channel. The link is down below. You can check out their channel. Just tell them I send you here. Let's get on to that next topic. Let's discuss about Justin Reid. He is going to be a free agent, and he does feel a need at safety. If you look at it that way, I think he plays both ways. I think he plays strong and free safety. So versatility is the most important part of what you need out of safety positions. But I'm thinking maybe you add him on your secondary and he improves a lot. But it depends on if we're going to bring back Tart or not. So that's the question that we can figure out. But the thing about Justin Reid is he's a good ball hawker. He's kind of ascended better for the Texans. But you would think maybe for 1 second that maybe he wouldn't want to come here because of what happened with his brother. You would think, well, he wouldn't want to come here because of what happened with his brother that played here. I would think the same way too. I would think the same way. If somebody left in bad terms and my brother was in that same situation, would I want to go there? Probably not. But maybe there's something that he might just want to go there for. You know, you look at what he had to say on Twitter, a lot of other stuff, and you're thinking that maybe, just maybe, that he just might consider coming over here. Because you look at his tweets, he doesn't say nothing negative about the team. He's liking the defense. He's liking the culture. So what's there not to not like about? I mean, you can look past your brother's past and look at it this way and say, well, they are building a good culture. So maybe I want to be a part of this. Maybe I can really have a better experience. Because sometimes the past doesn't dictate what you're looking at. You're looking more into the future. And the fact that he has an opportunity to be a part of a winning culture, would you rather stay with a team that's rebuilding for a while? Would you want to stay in Houston? Would you want to stay on a team that's not going to build to win championships? They are just going to be bottom feeders for the next couple of years. I mean, look at Charles, the guy we acquired from Houston. He's talking about the difference between a winning culture. Like when he went to Houston, he's talking about how it's not that winning culture out there. They don't really take it serious out there. But when you look at what he said compared to the Niners, he likes the culture better. So maybe it plays a factor that maybe Justin Reid might consider it, because if a guy like Charles Owuhu is a guy that he's very good friends with and he's giving him suggestions, then maybe he will take that option and look at it this way. Like he might just say, you know what? One of my teammates went over there. He has good experience. I know my brother doesn't have good experience the last time he played there. I think maybe I fit better over here because I need a good safety. They need somebody to get the turnovers. Maybe that's his thoughts. You know, it's always an option. It's always a possibility to get somebody like him. He's a better ball hawker than Jaquaski Tart. He's a guy. He's younger. He's going to be better. He's probably going to fit this locker room better. You're going to get a lot of good players. You're going to have a Fred Warner who is the voice of the locker room. You're going to have a guy like Nick Bosa who's going to make your defensive line better. You are going to have guys like Eric Armstead who is well respected in this locker room. You're going to have guys like Javon Kinlaw who will come and play when it's necessary. You are going to have a guy like Charles Awuhu, who you're familiar with. You are going to work around the culture. This defense is nothing. It's nothing short. It's going to be a team that's going to be contending. So you either have the opportunity to take your talent to SF and do something about it. You have a chance to build a culture. You do feel the need. We need a safety. Jaquaski Tart's going to be gone. The possibility of Jimmy Ward, he doesn't have a long-term future. He might be gone. For all I know, he might have to extend a new contract. So that might open up some more cap space. But you might want to put him at free safety at this point. So that's where you put him at. What's up, Crazy Juice? What's good? Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is it's the endless possibilities. Like, you think about it. All we need is a good safety player. All we need is a ball hawker. That's all we need. You look at Justin Reid. I think he had 4 picks this year with Texans, and he's been in good coverage. He was the one that gave Trey Lance some issues when they played against each other. But you look at the way he plays the game, I like his style. What's good, Roberto? What's up, man? Hashtag CG Unit. Hashtag CG Unit. What's up, guys? I'm going to put the hashtag. Come on, soldiers. Hashtag it, man. Hashtag CG Unit. Hashtag CG Unit. Come on. Come on, yeah. Yep. Yes, sir, Corey. But he's an option. He's a possibility because he will be a free agent. So he has any option to choose who he wants to play with. I looked at his Twitter. I looked at what he had to say. He's got nothing negative to say about the Niners. He's kind of open to signing over there because of certain player. Yeah, that's the thing I like about this topic. This is a possibility. You trade Jimmy Garoppolo, you have an opportunity to get somebody like a Justin Reid or a Terrell Edmonds. You can get any other player on this team if you free up some cap space. You may not get the big names, but hey, if this guy's willing to take a reasonable contract and come over here to be a part of a winning culture, then come on in, bro. That's the truth. Yep, that's his brother. I think some people may look at it this way and say, well, his brother had a bad experience with us last time. Why would he want to come here? It's a little different situation. Like, I think he looks more like, I think when you look at it this way, Justin Reid, he enjoyed playing at Levi Stadium. He talked about how it was an honor to play at that stadium, and he probably wouldn't mind go there, dude. So I think there's a different perspective of why he wants to come here, because he's familiar. Yeah, he knows his brother played there, didn't have a good experience, but it doesn't dictate somebody's future. He might just take the route. Maybe we might offer him more money, and that's part where he can't pass on it. So, yeah, hashtag CG Unit. Let's go with it, man. What's up with it, man? Awesome kid. We got this Cardinal fan in the building. Hey, what's up, awesome kid? Crazy Juice. We're all down to bring some good players on this roster, dude. I just think we need a real good ball hawk safety. It depends on who we get. But realistically, if Jaquaski Tart takes a reasonable contract or something that's friendlier, then maybe we bring him back. But there's other options. You can get a J-Ron Curse from the Cowboys, who probably won't cost much, but he probably would be a plug-in starter, and he probably would be solid at that position. Or you just let Tolano Hufanga become a starter, but the only upside with Hufanga is his coverage skills. His coverage is a little bit of a problem. But I think other than that, this guy plays the game at a high level. He has energy. He can tackle. He can make the plays. You can't complain about it. It's pretty much obvious why you would want to let this kid play. But if you want to make some upgrades at the secondary position, you want to get somebody like a Justin Reid, who's kind of ascended in Houston. You know, the fact that this kid came into the Texans organization and made this team pretty solid on defense speaks volume. This guy is a ball hawker. Yeah, imagine having DJ Reid and Justin Reid. Imagine those two on our secondary. We'd be able to give up the lead. Yeah. No, I didn't change my name to CG Unit. I just put the hashtags. The hashtags. No, I'm CG Ruthless. That's just a symbol. You know, like the hashtags CG Unit. That's just a sign, man. I'm just going with the flow. It's nothing with all that. But let's get back to that topic, man. Not just the crew, man. So Corey, that's part of the unit crew. That's where I'm calling my family. My followers, they are the CG unit. Travis Bird, what's up, buddy? What's up, man? I didn't change the name to CG unit. I changed it I put the symbol, the soldiers. Those are my soldiers. Crazy Juice. Roberto, you guys know the routine. It's called CG Unit. So Travis Birch, how's it going, brother? Hopefully everything's a great day in New York, bro. But yeah, Corey, you want to join the crew? You're part of the crew, bro. You're part of the CG Unit. That's part of the family crew right there, bro. That's what's up, man. The fact that we get Justin Reid is a possibility. That's good to upgrade the position. I try to look at different positions. So far, so good, man. That's good to hear, dude. That's good to hear. So, how do you feel about your Raiders? How do you feel about this offseason for the Raiders since you got Josh McDaniels? What's the possibilities? You know, there's possibilities for any team who can sign whoever, dude. See, Crazy Juice is thinking alike. This is what I like about Crazy Juice. Crazy Juice is thinking the same exact way. Imagine having DJ Reid and Justin Reid. This secondary would be improving, dude. I think our pass rushes would get a lot better with this. Yeah. Oh, so I'm slightly optimistic. Oh, so you're slightly optimistic. You're not really sure about Josh McDaniels from what I'm seeing. Nah. I mean, I'm just optimistic about what Trey Lance can bring to the table, but I don't know. It can be one of those days. So we'll see. We'll definitely see what happens. But I am going to do a roundtable tomorrow with Lawrence Jackson and the rest of the crew tomorrow. So you definitely guys can catch on, but I'm just doing a little bit of a 30-minute stream and see what you guys got to say. We can debate other topics. I just put it out there just randomly. I know a lot of you guys are kind of like interested in the possibility of getting somebody like a Justin Reid or a DJ Reid or any of those guys, man. Shardo, we got the GOAT. Man, the GOAT is in the house. What's up, buddy? We got the GOAT. We got Shardo, the GOAT of Grant. What's up, man? Everybody's getting excited for the off season. I mean, Travis Birch, I'd be pumped up if I'm a Las Vegas fan, and I'd be okay with Josh McDaniels. I know he's a little questionable, but man, this guy doesn't take offers as much often, so this is an opportunity. Yeah, I won't be able to make it for the roundtable on the 24th. Okay, no worries. I'll probably just have somebody else go in, dude. No, don't sweat it, man. I got a couple of guys who are gonna jump in. The roundtable goes on, man. I got Lawrence. I got Antonio. So they're going to go in just fine. And then maybe the chick will come around. So I'll see if she'll jump in this for tomorrow. So we'll see about it. But it's going to be popping. It's going to be popping. Or maybe I might have John Jay. Maybe I might have John Jay for that show tomorrow. We'll see. Or Moses. I had to get back with Moses for this week. Because he's been a little bit busy. He's been a little busy, so maybe I might get him this week. But the endless are possible, bro. It's a possibility that we could do that. It is a possibility. So let's get a couple of questions. Let me know what you guys think about this possibility, man. This is free agency. This is something to be optimistic about. Our secondary, it's been one of our weakest spots going into the season because of our pass rushers made them like really good. But if you can upgrade your secondary, You can go from a Jaquaski Tard to a Justin Reid. You can go from a Quan Williams to a DJ Reed. Just imagine that. And then the talks of Stephon Gilmore. Like, what the heck? Oh, you want to be on? Yeah, you can come on. Yeah, come on in, dude. Just we'll just need to send you a link. I'll probably need to send you a link on your email or something. So I'll probably need to get back with you so you can jump in. Yeah, we can definitely get you in. We'll just make it easy for you. We'll give you some simple questions and you tell me what you think, dude. We're just here to make everything easy for everybody. Yep, but think of the possibilities. You can go from a Quan Williams to a DJ Reed. You can go from a Jaquaski Tart to a Justin Reeds. Or you go from a Jaquaski Tart to a Terrell Edmonds. Yes, I said Terrell Edmonds, ladies and gentlemen. I said Terrell Edmonds is another option. That's another guy. Travis Burge, why they didn't stay with interim coach? I thought he did a good job. That is a good question, Travis. I don't get why they didn't even stick with Basashi, whatever his name is, Rich Basashi. But I think they just wanted to get an offensive-minded coach. I mean, Josh McDaniels, the guy doesn't even take much offers, dude. He doesn't take much job offers, dude. He's always been turning down for quite some time. And you know what? At that point, dude, the league should have just considered not even considering to hire him because, dude, you keep passing up job offers. You should just leave New England at this point. Is there any offensive line player in free agency you think we should sign to improve our offensive line? That's a good question. It depends on the market price. But if I wanted to improve the position, I think getting the center is important. So I know Alex Mack's going to probably be a free agent, and he's probably going to retire. So my guess is Ryan Jensen from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you want to go all in for that offensive line improvement, you want to go with somebody who can block better, Ryan Jensen is the guy. Or you can go cheap and sign a guy like Brian Allen from the Rams. It's a good way to improve the position. And if you want to build within the division, you can bring in Brian Allen to play center, and you can sign Austin Corbett for a cheaper deal. And this offensive line will be solid. You put in some good, and it makes you think about the possibility that this line can get better. Or if you want to really go cheap on the offensive line, you can get Ted Karras from the Patriots. He's a guard. He wouldn't cost much. He's a very solid guy that can anchor the position. Or if you really want to get an offensive line to block and improve your line, I think Gabe Jackson wouldn't be costing too much because he's going to be a free agent from Seattle. So that's another guy to get. He would definitely be a guy who can be a good zone run blocker. He's an okay pass blocker, but he's kind of like another Lincoln Tomlinson, but just maybe a little cheaper at this point of his career. You can get a guy like Austin Blythe for a cheaper deal. He can play center. He can play guard. You can't go wrong. It's kind of like your typical Tom Compton, but maybe a little bit better version, maybe a better center version of this guy, or a better guard or tackle version. But I think he plays only just center and guard because he was a guy that played under Sean McVay. He was a guy that just recently played with Andy Reid. So that's another guy you can come into play to sign in free agency. So if I had to give you my top 5 offensive linemen that we should consider signing, these are guys that should be no-brainers. I know Brandon Scherf's going to cost a lot of money. Andrew Norwell, he's going to cost a little money. So I don't think we're going to get that guy. So Brandon Scherf is probably one of the main top guards in free agency. And then you got Lincoln Tomlinson, who might cost a lot of money, dude. So Lincoln Tomlinson will be a lot hard to retain. So it's going to have to be more convincing for him to stay put. I think the fact that Lincoln Tomlinson wants to stay here, but he understands the business perspective. So he just wants to get paid. So if we were willing to keep Lincoln Tomlinson, then I think we could work out something. So we got until a few weeks to get something done. But if not, expect Lincoln Tomlinson to sign between the Jets or the Dolphins. Or hell, he might even go to Seattle. So I don't know. It depends on what situation he goes to. There's a lot of teams that do need some offensive line help, so that's a possibility. So you definitely want to do that. So you look at a center. Ryan Jensen is a really good center for the Bucks, and you can definitely get him for whatever price he's asking for. But if you want to solidify your offensive lineman and you're really serious about paying these guys, then Ryan Jensen would be the one guy that can fix that problem at the interior position at center. Or Ted Karras can be another guy too. And then if you want versatility, you go with Austin Bly. Or if you just want to get him for the price of two for the price of one, you go get Brian Allen and you go get Austin Corbett from the Rams, and you're going to save a little bit of money. Why pay Laken Tomlinson if you can get two for the price of one? It's common sense. You can save some money right there. That would be a good option. But if that's the questions you want in free agency for the offensive line, those are the options. So if you want the center position to improve under when Alex Mack is there, you're going to have to improve because he's going to retire. So you definitely can consider Ryan Jensen as your number one option. Brian Allen will be number two. Austin Bly and Ted Karras would be like your other options. So those are good consider options at center. So my top 5 guards that we should consider signing, it's a no-brainer. You can definitely go with, Brandon Scherff is too pricey, but Laken Tomlinson is number 1. Gabe Jackson, number 2. I'm thinking of another guard that's out there. Austin Corbett, number 3. Let's see, another guard I'm thinking of. Can't think of another one. Ali Marpet, I don't know how much he'll cost, but I think he's going to be on the market from the Bucks, so he might be another option. Or I don't know if the Giants are going to really let go of Will Hernandez. That's a number 4 option right there for the guard position. If Will Hernandez is a free agent, I say sign that guy. Sign that big guy. Sign that Vato Loco. Sign him. Get him a beer truck so he can run block some people out there, man. Let's get that guy. That's what we should do. That's definitely a good option there. So we got to look at it that way. What's up, Giants Nation? What's up, buddy? What is up, man? Yeah, that's the truth right there. Scherff is a good option, but he's injury prone, but he's going to cost a lot of money. So I don't think he would be an option. If we were going to go all in at the offensive line position, then I say go all in for Scherff, but that guy's going to demand a $20 million contract, dude, so no thanks. Not even Washington wants to retain him because he's asking for too much money. Would you want to sign this guy who can't even stay healthy, but he's asking to be paid kind of like a Trent Williams? Nah, dude, you can't even stay healthy. So what? You got your Pro Bowl, you got your all-pro stuff, but you cannot stay healthy. I'm just saying, man. That's the one guy I probably wouldn't want to take a chance on is Brandon Scherff. Brandon Scherff to me is like, yeah, should we bring back Scherfield? If he's going to take a reasonable contract, like a discount, then sure, we can bring him back. He is pretty solid. He is a good depth player for the receiver position, a good special teamers. You could definitely bring him back on a cheaper deal because he's not a big name. So, yeah, you can bring him back. He'd probably be a nice receiver group like he was. Yep, I definitely would consider him. That's another guy you can bring back, and he wouldn't cost too much. Let's see. Brandon Scherff is really good, but dude, you cannot count on this guy. But at this point, I'm hoping that we work out something with Laken Tomlinson. Laken Tomlinson, to me, is probably going to be the one guy that we definitely need to retain. I know that DJ Jones is probably going to price himself out a little bit, but dude, it's going to be hard to replace that guy. If you really think for 1 second that Javon Kinlaw is going to fill that role, bro, I don't know. Maybe you guys are sadly mistaken. The guy has knee problems. So I think DJ Jones would probably be the one difficult player to bring back. I can see us maybe bringing back Arden Key because of his value. His value is not going to be as much. You could say maybe he'd be in the same price range as Kerry Hyder, but I don't think it's in the same market level, dude, because maybe he might look in the picture and say, well, this is what happened to the last guy. He went elsewhere, didn't do squat. So why should I go anywhere else if I can't improve where I'm at? maybe Arden Key would have some common sense and say, hey, I want to stay here. I want to play here, so I'm good. Offer me whatever contract. As long as it's on both sides, I'm cool with it. Yeah. LT should be a priority. I like Gabe Jackson, but he would have to work on his mobility since the scheme requires. Yep, that can be the possibility. I think that would have to require mobility for him because he's not that fast, but he's a good run blocker. I mean, he's a good mauler at best. I don't think he's quite the run blocker that you would covet more. So that's a good option. It's definitely a good possibility. So we can look at other options out here. Let's see. All right, we can debate. Let's look at other positions. We can look at backup quarterbacks that should be available for us to get because I know Jimmy Garoppolo is gone, likely. So backup quarterbacks that we should sign. Let's see what options you can think of. Yeah, I think Chris Eric will impact some of the decisions. I mean, if that was the case, then Kerry Hyder could have stayed put, but I think he was pricing himself out too much. So maybe that might be the X factor. So let's think about another option, a backup quarterback that we can consider signing. I know that Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't been traded yet, but there's a good chance that we need to get a quarterback to mentor Trey Lance and be the backup at this point. You can make a strong argument that maybe a Jacoby Brissett could be a nice backup for a guy to mentor him and then be able to help him. Or you can make an argument that a Tyrod Taylor would make the most sense because of the connection with Anthony Lynn. That would be a guy that you might want to consider. Or if it's true that Gardner Minshew is going to be a free agent, then maybe you should kick the tires on Gardner Minshew and get him as a backup quarterback. Or if you're not very sure about these quarterbacks on the market, maybe you should make a trade to acquire somebody like a Drew Lock. A Drew Lock from Denver probably wouldn't be a bad option to trade for because I don't think the Denver Broncos are really confident with this kid. So I think you can acquire this guy and maybe you develop him under Shanahan and maybe you get something good. Yeah, I agree with you, Corey. I just hope they don't get DJ Jones, bro. Knowing how Seattle is, man, they get a lot of our sloppy seconds. I hope they don't get Arden Key. I hope they don't get DJ Jones, bro. But knowing how they are, they probably do need some defensive line depth. So that's probably going to be the next option. That's probably where they're going to go to is that position. Mariota, he brings a similar element to this style Lance brings. Yeah, Mariota would be a good option, but the question is he willing to take the role as a backup? I think he wants to be a starter. I think it depends on the money. So that's another option. That's definitely an option we can consider. Then you got another quarterback coming into free agency that might not be as expensive, but we'll see. I don't know who will be available. You got Geno Smith, who's not that great, but he's a backup quarterback from Seattle. He's a free agent. And then you got let's see. I don't want to say let's bring back some old faces, but nah, I hope we stay away from Mullins and Beathard. Stay away from them, please. We don't need them. We don't really need them at all. But we'll see about it. Let's see. There's other good possibilities, man. There's definitely good possibilities to consider, but let's see. I'm looking from what I'm looking at is Lincoln Tomlinson. His value is going to go between $10 million or more for his contract. But if he takes a friendlier contract to stay with us, then it's a steal. DJ Jones, he's ascending, so you're looking at the price range value. I think he's gonna look between $8 or $10 million per year for his contract, dude. Because this guy, he's a guy that you can play as your defensive tackle, and he would be a plug-in guy. He's gotten better. He's ascending. He's becoming one of the up-and-coming best players on our offensive line. So you can't pass on that. So that's another option. So that's a guy that most teams want to get because it's hard to get run stoppers. So if you look at the value of the players who were defensive tackles, they got paid pretty good money from being low draft picks. Like the Texans, I remember they drafted this guy, DJ Reader, or whatever his name was. He got a big contract with the Bengals. And I think he was a 6th or 5th round draft pick, if I'm mistaken. And DJ Jones, it wouldn't surprise me if some other teams if the other teams give him like $10 million or so, dude. That'd be insane. And then Arden Key, you're looking between maybe he might get a solid payday elsewhere. Oh, Tyrod Taylor, I might have misspelled his first name. No, you spelled it correctly. It's Tyrod. Yeah, you got it right. Tyrod Taylor would be a nice option because he is very familiar with Anthony Lynn. But Marcus Mariota is a guy that most of our fan base would feel comfortable with because of the skill set that Trey Lance brings to the table. You definitely want to bring in a veteran like that. But do you want to bring in a veteran quarterback who just compete, or do you want to bring a veteran quarterback to be the backup? Because some people may have just questioned maybe Trey Lance isn't ready, but I think maybe this is the question that we're going to hear all offseason is Trey Lance even ready, or is the media just flipping it, or is the media just tripping? Like, let's answer this question for everybody else. Do you feel confident with Trey Lance? Is Trey ready? A lot of the media is getting over Trey. A lot of this stuff. Is Trey Lance ready? That's the question that we all want to know. And I know a lot of you guys are getting tired of that. I know a lot of you guys are getting very tired of this. It's kind of annoying for us Niner fans to go through this stuff. We have to go through this question all offseason about Trey Lance. Is he ready? Is he ready? That's the one question. We don't know. Like, let's be realistic. We like the kid, but we don't know what to expect. Like the fact that he's going to be the guy, the questions are going to have to be questions until it gets answered to the regular season or preseason. So training camp, off-season workout, that's going to determine whether he's the real deal or not. I think Trey is ready. That's what we're hoping for. But that's the one thing that's not going to go away. So we got to wait and see what happens. The fact that we don't even know what to expect out of him is kind of ridiculous. So we don't know. But it's going to be a good mystery. What to expect is, are we going to even bring in a veteran quarterback? Or are we going to even bother to keep Jimmy Garoppolo? Because Jimmy Garoppolo has not even been traded yet, so we don't even know. Zach will get him ready. If you can get an offensive line, if you can develop them with better weapons, yeah, I can see maybe in year 2 the Jets can get something better with Zach Wilson, but Zach Wilson's going through some struggles, so we'll wait and see what happens, man. What's up, Jets gang? That's the one question, man. That's going to be an interesting offseason. Play Trey next season. It's his time to start. Play him. I agree. It's his time to start. The media is just going to keep on getting questions about him. They are going to keep saying stuff about it, but I'm hoping Trey Lance takes this as a fuel. I hope he feeds off of this stuff and says, this is the people who kept doubting me. This is the people that keep saying that I wasn't ready. Oh, the great Joe Montana said I wasn't ready. Steve Young even said I wasn't ready. I'm going to take it as fuel and prove you guys wrong. I am going to play this game, and I'm going to shut you up. I'm Trey Lance, and I'm here to stay. Oh, that's the one thing I want to see Trey Lance do. I want to see him study. I want to see him go to practice like he's been doing. I want him to put the extra work in because that's what we need this guy to be. Yeah, Lance looks a lot like a rookie, but he needs more time. He showed too much confidence in his arm, too much forced throws. Playing time is important, but he needs more. I don't know about sitting time, man. Yeah, I just feel like the media has nothing to talk about since Brady is retired. Yeah, I want to be wrong. Yeah, most of us want to be wrong about it, but that's the question that we all want to know, man. We want to know if this kid's ready. So that's definitely a way to look at it. So that's definitely is something that we got to look at, yeah. Sup, bro? Lance Wood back. That's Zach's QB coach since high school. Oh, John Beck, right? That guy that was in the NFL. Yeah, that's definitely a good QB coach. I'm wondering if we're going to get him as a QB coach because he's doing some trainings for a lot of people. This isn't the first time Lance is getting doubted by people. It's happened since he went to college. It's happened when he went to high school. It's happened his entire life. If you haven't seen his the video of where he got his journey video where he was doubted, dude, the guy wasn't given a fair chance. Even coming out of high school, this guy he wasn't even recruited. He wasn't even recruited coming out of a top school, dude. Like, he wasn't even recruited to play in the other college programs. They wanted him to play free safety or linebacker, and he said no. So he went to North Dakota State and proved the doubters wrong. Yeah, F it. Bring back Gio Kamaze. Fuck that bum. Hey, wait. Is Gio Kamaze still a farm, bro? I heard last time he was ever relevant was he was in a farm in the Bay Area. So I don't think he ever wants to be bothered. He was a nobody. This isn't the first time. Yep, we're going to see what happens, man. We got to hope for the best, man. So, do we kick the tires on old man Fitzpatrick? I know it sounds stupid, but let's think about bringing in a 40-year-old quarterback named Fitzpatrick or Fitzmagic or Fitztragic, whatever you guys want to see. Oh, he was? I didn't know that part, but cool. I think it depends on what person offers him the position, but I think he would probably be a good mentor. Then there's Jordan Palmer, who was mentoring those quarterbacks in the draft too, so he's another good guy. So that's definitely another option. What is up, guys? Let's get some more questions, man. Let's see. Trey Lance topics is definitely getting some good topics out here, man. So let's get on another question and focus. So 5 options that the 49ers should sign in free agency. It's getting closer, so we could answer some more of these questions, and then maybe we'll end it from here. But I'm pretty optimistic about these offseason. We were just this close to getting to the Super Bowl, but now that we just had to start over from scratch and go into the offseason and build on for next year. So we'll see, man. We'll see what's there to be optimistic about. We just got to hope that this Trey Lance kid pays off because you know what? You're trading all these draft capitals to get this guy to be your quarterback. It's got to pay off. It's got to be the huge dividends. It's got to be the biggest difference of where it gets us from here on out because Jimmy Garoppolo, he is what he is. He's nothing more than a game manager. He doesn't elevate this offense as much as you guys see it. Yeah. Trey is going to prove the media wrong. I believe Trey is ready. He will get better in the offseason and training camp. I hope so. That's what I hope for. I really hope so. That's definitely the one thing I'm trying to hope for, man. I'm very optimistic about it, but at the same time, I'm just not sure what's going to happen, dude. So it depends on what happens from here. But we had to look at it this way. You're going to hear about this stuff with Trey Lance throughout the offseason because he's going to be the topic of the offseason. They are going to say the kid's not ready. They are going to stir the pot. They are going to say stuff, and they are going to make up some crap. They're going to talk about Tom Brady because there's nothing to talk about Tom Brady because the guy retires. If they're trying to come up with some make-up stories. Oh, he's going to unretire and come to the 49ers. How's that going to happen? The Buccaneers they own his rights. They own his rights to even have him back, bro. So we have to make a trade from the Buccaneers to get Tom Brady. So that the chances of getting Tom Brady, forget about it. His wife runs the show. His wife tells him when he can play football or not play football. So I highly doubt that Tom Brady would ever play this game. I think his wife even told him to freaking retire because the guy spends too much time on the football field than his entire family. So why do you think Tom Brady wants to come back? Does Tom Brady want another ring? Does he want to get an 8 Lombardi? Then of course he might want to come back for football. But no, this guy's retired because his wife calls the shots here. His wife is the one that calls the shots because she makes more money than this guy. So I think that's what made him retire because his wife told him it's over, time for you to retire and spend some time with family. That's what he's trying to say. Yeah. Why won't Kyle come out and say Lance the QB for 22, I think that hurts his confidence with Tom Brady talk. I don't know. Jetscan, how do you feel about your head coach? I like our staff. I'm happy with Saleh. Yeah, we'll hope for the best. We could hope for the best. We could definitely hope for the best. But I don't think it's going to happen with freaking Brady, so forget about it. If Brady's going to unretire, it has to come under Gisele's permission. Gisele would have to call the shots here and say, you know what, Brady? You know what, hubby? You can come out of retirement. You know what? Just go play football. I don't think you need to be there. That would be the only way he comes back if she calls the shots. So let's see. Aaron Rodgers, very unlikely. You're going to have to pay, what is it, like $30-something million for this guy. And then the fact that he is a cancer in the locker room, who wants to deal with this guy? Aaron Rodgers doesn't listen to nobody. If Kyle Shanahan does a play call, do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to say, yes, sir. Yes, Kyle, I will do this play for you. Yes, I will do whatever it takes, coach. Yes, I will. No. Aaron Rodgers will say, screw you. I'm not going to do that shit. Hell with you. I do what I want. Nah, I call this play. Nah, Kyle, shut up. I'm going to call the plays out here. Nah. Kyle ain't going to deal with that shit. Aaron Rodgers has an ego. And the fact that he broke up with his girlfriend, that's going to be too much drama for this guy. He's going to be on Jeopardy. He's going to be the guy hosting the show Jeopardy. He's already having some issues with the Green Bay Packers front office. He's telling this general manager, Brian Gutekunst, whatever his name is, to F himself and trade my ass. Yeah. Brady ain't coming here, so that's for damn sure because Gisele calls the shots out here. Giselle's the one that runs the place out here, and she would tell him what to do. So, of course, he ain't going to freaking unretire because Gisele says no. See, I like to mix up the story topics a little bit because it makes it very interesting. So when you ask that question, is Brady going to unretire? Hell no. It depends on Gisele. Gisele is the one that calls the shots for Brady. Rodgers is still mad that the 49ers passed on him. Yep. Why would he want to come to an organization that passed on him? So he's bitter by that shit. And the fact that we own this guy in his entire career, would he want to come here? No. It's like in a different mindset. Yeah, of course you want to join that team that's beat you so many times, but would you want to go there? You want to take the easy way? Hell no. And the fact that Shanahan does play calls, he wants his quarterback to listen to him. Do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to listen to Kyle Shanahan's play call? He's going to say, shut the hell up, Kyle. I do what the hell I want. Would you like the 49ers to sign Devontae Adams? Bro, that is a good option, dude. I sign him in a heartbeat, but the guy has too much money. He's going to ask for too much cap space. So I like the idea of getting him, but, dude, that's just unlikely to happen. Very unlikely because I think he's looking to get $30 million a year or around the mid $20 million range, bro. We don't have that kind of money. He's a good receiver, but I don't think we're going to get him. As much as I want him to come, it would be nice, but dude, he's going to be asking for too much damn money. So why? If he took a friendly contract, then I'd be up for it, but no, dude, I pass. I like Devontae Adams. I met the guy before. Very good kid. But, dude, he's going to be asking for too much money, so I'll pass. But that's another good way to look at it that way. No. But can you guys imagine Aaron Rodgers in San Francisco? Can you imagine him? How he's going to have to deal with Kyle Shanahan. If he couldn't deal with Ryan LaFleur, we got to pay Debo. Without a doubt, we got to pay Debo. We got to give him his contract. So, of course. And then you got to cut D Ford. Cutting D Ford clears up cap space. Trading Jimmy Garoppolo, that's going to clear up cap space. So, yeah, you got to focus on retaining your core players, but expect these contracts to be done in June or July. June or July, you're going to see some contract extensions come into play. That's how it's going to work. We're probably going to focus on retaining our core players. We're probably going to focus on getting some key players in free agency to build this roster. And then maybe later in training camp, that's when you're going to see their contracts get finished. So that's what happens. You're going to see a cap casualty move where they can clear up cap space and cut players who didn't pan out, like D Ford. You have to cut him at some point. So I think the June 1st deadline is when you can cut D Ford. So that will save you some good money right there. Yeah, I would like to get Devontae Adams, but we got Debo. Yeah, we got Debo. Debo is a do-it-all receiver, so that's going to be hard to even get Adams, bro. Adams is going to demand more money, so I think it's too much for us to afford, so we'll pass. We got a Juwan Jennings. He may not be a Devontae Adams, but he's just like a dollar store version of Devontae Adams. He's a dollar store version, but he's pretty good. He's a good dollar store version, so I'm good with that. And speaking of free agency, man, let's talk about Juwan Jennings. He is a restricted free agent. How much? How many years do you think will bring back Juwan Jennings? Restricted free agent Juwan Jennings. This guy is a restricted free agent, or exclusive, whatever he is. I think exclusive or restricted, whatever the difference is. Let's talk about Juwan Jennings. The guy is a restricted free agent, man. Let's talk about this guy. I like me some Juwan Jennings. Yeah, let's re-sign Juwan Jennings. Yep, let's re-sign him. He's a dog. He's a good blocker. He's a bully. He's the one that chip shot Trayvon Diggs in the playoffs. He leveled his ass, and Trayvon Diggs was complaining for a stupid flag. Like he says, "Oh, that guy pushed me. Hey, ref, flag him." That's what happened. Yeah, speaking of Juwan Jennings, he is a restricted free agent. We have the option to retain him, so more than likely we're going to have to bring him back. The question is how much are we going to pay this guy? The fact that we only got him 2 seasons ago and he's a restricted free agent because we cut him is ridiculous. So I'm wondering how much money will we pay this guy? I think it depends on the cap number that we want to pay him for, but I think he's going to be a bargain, bro. So maybe I'm guessing between 3 years in between, maybe 3 years and maybe 4 years and $12 million $12 million. Maybe you can pay him like $3 million a year and he takes a reasonable contract and he sticks around for 4 more years. That's a win-win. I'd be okay with it. That's a one player we could definitely retain. I think he wouldn't be that hard to retain. I think it depends on the. Okay, I like your idea. 3 years, $8 million. So that would be. So I think we will only have to pay him between 2 point something million. I think it's 2. So it's either going to be 2.9 or something. So that would be hella cheap. Maybe 10 million. Yeah, that'd probably be a good deal for him. Very reasonable. It wouldn't cost much for this guy because he's a bargain. He's only had 1 year with us. He's played 1 year with us, and he's actually kind of had some significant playing time. So I think his market value won't be too much. And I think the fact that we got him as a restricted free agent means we have every rights to retain him. So the only downside of him is he's a red zone target. He's a big body receiver. He blocks. So it would be kind of like, but he's going to be cheaper. So we'd be able to get him back for a reasonable contract. Let's see. Trying to think of another guy. There's quite a few other guys I'm thinking about, but it has to pop in my head about which one we can bring back. Oh, Al-Shaair. He's a restricted free agent. The question is what kind of contract are we going to pay this guy? Isn't he like a restricted free agent also? So that's an interesting part is Al-Shaair is a restricted free agent. The fact that this guy's ascending, he might even take the cheapest contract in free agency because this guy is one of the up-and-coming linebackers. Let's talk about Al-Shaair, man. This is the guy that's emerging. Al-Shaair, man. This guy is something, man. I'm telling you, Al-Shaair could be one of those guys that nobody's even talking about right now. Al-Shaair, man. Verrett, man, this guy has been fragile, man. Fragile guy. Can't stay healthy. When healthy, he's pretty good. We got to keep Al-Shaair without a doubt. He's a good sound linebacker. He's a good tackler. He's decent in coverage. He's definitely somebody we need to retain. So that's a no-brainer for me. But speaking of it, man, I'm just pumped up about free agency, man. But I don't know. I say no thanks to Verrett because you cannot stay healthy, dude. Why am I going to pay so much money for this guy? If you're going to take a vet minimum contract, then hey, we'll sign you. Fuck it. We'll take you. We'll go with it. But if we're gonna have to pay you a little more money, then forget about it, Verrett. You can take your ass out, bro. We're not gonna pay you a fucking big contract. You're out of your mind. You can't stay healthy, so forget about it. Al-Shaair, hey, we'll look to pay you a good contract. I've seen an article saying we trade Greenlaw. Well, trade Greenlaw for draft capital would probably be the most logical sense because you got Al-Shaair emerging, so that would be a cheaper option to keep. Greenlaw, yeah, he's on a rookie contract, but he's going to expect a new contract coming up soon. So if you trade him and get a draft capital, then it's a good situation to consider. So, yeah, that would be the one possibility that I could look at because Trey Greenlaw is going to be a trade candidate for other teams. If we can't get a first-round pick, then if you can't get a first-round pick with Jimmy Garoppolo, then you might have to package in somebody like a Dre Greenlaw into that contract. Like, let's say, for example, the Washington football team or the Commanders, they need a quarterback, right? But how are you going to convince them to give us their first-round pick? I got a better idea. Give them Jimmy Garoppolo, give them Dre Greenlaw, and boom, that solves their position right there. They need a linebacker, so you can give them Dre Greenlaw for whatever the deal is, and he's a one-year rental also. So the Washington the Washington Commanders, they do need a linebacker, so you can definitely package in Dre Greenlaw on that contract. Yeah. I would offer lesser deal. Yeah. We sign him, keep him. Yep. Verrett was only healthy for one season. That's my only concern. He was a healthy scratch for 1 year. But speaking of Dre Greenlaw, yeah, I've heard topics about this Dre Greenlaw trade talks. Like, I think he would be the perfect candidate to package. Dre Greenlaw would be a candidate to trade in because you want to get some draft capitals, but Jimmy Garoppolo's value isn't a first-round pick, so you might want to add in another player to package. So if Washington football team, they do need a linebacker, right? So the Washington Commanders, they do need a linebacker out there. So they need a quarterback. So why not give them two players for the first round pick? That's a simple no-brainer. Washington football, you would get Jimmy Garoppolo for whatever price you had to pay for and just work out a deal yourself. And you get yourself a linebacker. You get yourself a guy that fills the need at the position. So you don't have to address a linebacker after you get Dre Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw would be on a rookie contract, and maybe you'll work out something with this kid. So Washington football or Washington Commanders, you do need a linebacker. So that's one of your biggest weaknesses is the linebacker position. Quarterback is a big need. So we can give you those offers. Give us your first-round pick, and you can have Jimmy G and Dre Greenlaw for the price of one. There you go. What's the bidding for the price? A first-round pick. That's what we want. So you want Jimmy Garoppolo? You want Dre Greenlaw? Give us your first-round pick, and we got yourself a deal. Oh, man, that would be crazy to trade him to the Jets, man. I don't even know what the Jets would offer. That would be insane. That would be super insane, dude. I swear. Man, it's crazy to even think of it that way. So Dre Greenlaw, that's a trade candidate. And plus you can clear up some cap space. I think his rookie contract is like $2 million or something like that. I think he's going to get paid $2 million on his rookie contract. And if you trade him, that clears off the books too. So that's another possibility of what we could do right there. Let's see. There's another guy we can consider working out a contract. So we got Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward, if you extend his contract, it's going to save us some money. So I think that's a possibility that Jimmy Ward would have to maybe we extend him and then that clears up more cap space. So I think that's a good possibility. But what about the possibility of Mike McGlinchey? Mike McGlinchey might even be traded because, dude, he's on his 5th-year option. I don't think the team really – I mean, the team might value him, but, dude, at this point, he's a liability, so you might want to trade him while you can. And I think any team's willing to get a tackle for whatever price. So that would be a good option to consider. So you never know. Just got to wait and see what happens. Those are just the endless possibilities. That's the fun part, man. You don't know what to expect, but hey, trading Dre Greenlaw wouldn't be the worst idea, but I like Dre Greenlaw, bro. I like the guy, but damn, bro, it's going to be hard to keep this guy. But would you rather keep Al-Shaair, who's a lot cheaper and probably won't hurt our cap space in the long haul? Dre Greenlaw, he's ascending, bro. He's going to cost a little more money, so that's going to be hard to retain this guy. And he was one of our draft picks, so that's going to make it hard for us to even keep the guy. Even though he's a 5th-round draft pick, this guy's a stud, but, dude, you can't keep everybody. You got Fred Warner to a big contract. Dre Greenlaw is on a rookie contract. He should be expecting to get a contract between $8 million or $8 to $12 million contract, bro. That's going to be too much to even keep the guy. And then you got Al-Shaair, who might just command $8 million a year, which is probably the cheapest contract you can go with, or maybe less. And he's a good linebacker. I like him. He's a good player that can tackle. He's a good guy in coverage. He's very emerging, bro. He makes the big hits, bro. I like this kid. Number 51 is somebody I like to keep, but if he's going to take a reasonable contract and you keep him for a multi-year contract, bro, I'm up for this guy. This Al-Shaair kid, bro, that guy is special, bro. This guy can do it. So if we trade Dre Greenlaw, then who we get at linebacker? We have to get other depth pieces, but you bring back a Marcel Harris to be a backup? Maybe. He wasn't too bad as a linebacker. I think Marcel Harris wasn't a terrible linebacker. I think he was really solid at best, bro. Like, he had his first career interception as a linebacker. He didn't do too bad. Oh, draft, that's another option. You can get some guys in the later rounds. You can develop them. You can develop them as a special teamers and elevate them into the lineup in case injuries happen. That would be another option. Maybe you wait to the 5th or 6th round pick to get a linebacker, because I don't think you should draft a linebacker as high because, dude, we always find these linebackers better in the later rounds. So you definitely could just wait to the 5th round to get one like a Dre Greenlaw did. So that's another option. That's definitely a good possibility right there. But yeah, definitely, man. Definitely agree what you guys got to say. But speaking of it, man, we'll get to more on those topics some other time down the road, man. But I got a little roundtable a little later with the BGN Sports Media. But, man, I appreciate you, NorCal Bill, for coming into the stream comments. I appreciate you, Roberto. I appreciate you, Crazy Juice. I definitely appreciate Corey that's been on the group, been on the chat all the time. Contribution. He's always been a main factor. I appreciate it. Jets game. It's good to see you. I know you've been coming around. And this Michael guy, man, it's nice to see you for the first time. I don't know if I've seen you around, but it's good to see you on my comments. Let's see. Giants Nation, appreciate you coming in like any other way, bro. You're cool. Chardall, nice to see you, dude. It's definitely nice. Travis Burge is a cool-ass Raiders fan. Without a doubt, he's a cool dude. So I got nothing against him. But, hey, man, it's nice. Yeah, right on. Yeah, have a good rest of the day, bro. Appreciate it, man. I'm just going to call it a day, bro. I'm going to get onto the roundtable in a couple of hours with the Eagles, those Eagle fans or whatever they are. But I'll catch you guys later. Oh, wait. Huge shout-out to the AJ show, bro. This Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. We got this Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan by the name of the AJ show with the $2 donation, bro. CG Ruthless Sports Dono Hype. Woo! We got $2, baby. There you go. Enjoy your day. I just had to give a huge shout out to the AJ show, bro, for the super chat $2 donation, bro. And he wanted the hype, and it's $2. There you go, bro. Got you. Appreciate you guys, bro. I'm probably hitting up to that 1 hour mark. I know you guys are probably getting a little tired, man. But hey, man, it's nice to see some of my new supporters come into the page, bro. It's always great. It's going to grow. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it, AJ Show, bro. Have a great day. We'll see what happens, man. As always, go Niners.